Good morning, beloveds. So we had thunderstorms yesterday. It rained like crazy. So everything's very wet. And then there was also, because the thunderstorms were predicated by the cold, high pressure, low pressure, I don't know, front that came through, which also dropped the temperature from like mid 70s to like 40. So this morning we got up, bundles up, went for the walk, came back, looked out the back window where we have a wooden fence. And the sunlight has now gotten high enough up so that it's now hitting the wooden fence, and the wooden fence is literally steaming. It's just a really cool effect. And this morning I actually took a moment and took a 30-second video of it because it's just really cool. Does the video look as cool as seeing it in person? Probably not. But hey, you know what? It's neat. So, and then because I was standing practically on top of Gabby, you can hear Gabby commenting in the video, so it's just really funny. But I posted that to my personal video. It's just my personal Instagram. It's just fun. So, all right. It is February 9th. Our title is I Am Awakened. The first quote is, "Wherefore they saith, Awaken thou that sleepeth, and the Christ shall give thee light." Ephesians 5:14. The second quote, "The only way God can evolve an individual spontaneously and free is to let it alone and allow it to awaken itself." Science of Mind, page 577. I relax completely, releasing myself from all concerns. I become conscious of being part of a great and wonderful whole. I am in this something. It is in me. It flows through me as I become receptive to it. It is flowing through me now, healing, cleansing, renewing, awakening my mind, solving all problems, making me whole. I feel the free, full flow of life as it comes to me from the one source. I am awakened to greater understanding and awareness as I let the intelligence and the power of the one mind fill my mind. I know who I am, where I am going, and what to do. I am tuned into the infinite present. My mind is clear. My soul is at peace. I am receptive to God, and good fills my entire being. I am aware of myself as a channel through which infinite power flows. I am aware of my potential as a co-creator with God. I am aware of my place in the great scheme of things. As my awareness expands, my potential expands. I have a new perspective on life and on myself. I am no longer afraid. I am filled with the faith of God, which gives me strength. I am calm, confident, and contained. I am cleansed of all negative and destructive thoughts and feelings. I am a new person. I am aware of the magnificent wonders of pure spirit. I am aware that this spirit is the essence of me. In and with spirit, I live and move and have my being. Quietly and peacefully, I release myself into the transforming action of God, the one mind, the infinite healing presence. I am awake. I am aware. I am a new person now. And that is DC. That is Donald Curtis. And this one is clearly awake and aware. So what I will tell you first off, and then I'm going to go back to that Science of Mind quote, is the recognition step. So when you look at treatment, unification, recognition, unification, realization, Thanksgiving, and release, that was what you would put in the body of the treatment. And you can actually just use those words. That is one of the things about Science of Mind practitioners. And when I say that, I don't just mean the licensed one, just people who practice Science of Mind, be they ministers, practitioners, or, lay people. It's like we're always willing to share. If you like our turn of phrase, please use our turn of phrase. Because most of the time, we've borrowed our turn of phrases from other people, like Emma and Ernest themselves. Raymond Charles Barker being among the people where, we will borrow their words and we will quote them directly. And so that is exactly what that is. And so you could use that whole thing in the body of a treatment. Feel free to change any words. Or you could break those down into affirmations. Like strung together, they're a beautiful treatment. But they also, each individual line would make a fantastic affirmation. It's like, well, what do you need today? Now, let's go back to the Science of Mind quote, because that was the point of that treatment. When you look at this, the quote from the Science of Mind, page 577, the only way God can evolve an individual, spontaneous and free, is to let it alone and allow it to awaken itself. There's a story, and I've told it before, and I'll tell it again, that when God and the angels were together creating man, they wanted to hide something precious. And the angel said, well, let's put it at the top of the highest mountain. And God said, no, I know my creation. They'll get to the top of the mountain. And then he said, okay, well, let's put it in the depth of the ocean. And God again says, I know my creation. They'll get to the depth of the ocean. Well, then let's put it in the far reaches of outer space. And he says, nope. God says, no, I know my creation. They'll get there. And then finally the angel says, well, let's just put it within them. So everything that we need to grow and evolve and change is already within us. When I clicked in to start this, I saw it was a big black square, and in white letters it said, deep down, you already know the truth. It's like, you are the truth. It's up to us to become aware, to become awakened. What does that mean? That's the point of the regular spiritual practice of going to the source of your being, going to the center of your being. Because if the center of your being is the source of your being, if you want to meet God, turn within. Turn within. All of this stuff outside, all that can do is be signposts and guideposts and point. But if you want to meet God, the source of your being, go within. We're fairly Gnostic in that. It's like everybody gets to have their own individual relationship with the Spirit, with God, and with the Christ consciousness. Jesus just happened to be the best example, but that's just it. Jesus is an example, not an exception. Jesus came to say, that which I do, this and more you will do. And we forget that. We forget that Jesus, no. So it's up to us to do our own work. And it doesn't mean we have to do it by ourselves. That's why we form communities and we get together and we have meditations and, do this. And it's fantastic and it's wonderful. And, so that's what I love about I Am Awakened. You can break it up into a series of affirmations, or you can take it as one whole treatment. Absolutely. Because there are beautiful things, so many beautiful things in here. And there, I really, honestly, I couldn't pick a line out of here that I loved more than the others. But I would say, if I'm going to give the mission today, should we choose to accept it? The mission, should we choose to accept it, is to be aware that the Spirit is the essence of us. It is in and with Spirit that we live and move and have our being. That Spirit is the essence of us. And when we recognize that essence within ourselves, and we recognize that essence within each other, because that's part of it. It's like, okay, it's great that I recognize the Spirit within me. Now I've got to be able to recognize it in other people too. Or sometimes it's easy to recognize the Spirit in other people. And it's not always easy to recognize it in ourselves. And so it's like, okay, as soon as you recognize it in one being, then we want to expand it, stretch out. And that's that awakening. That's that awakening. It's like, oh wait, I saw a glimpse of the Spirit, the essence of me. or you, or, whatever. I saw the essence. Now, where else can I find it? Where else can I find it? Because it's everywhere all the time, all around us. So become awakened. That is a fantastic reading to, especially if you have words that you need. I got a prayer request this morning, and that right there, that is the treatment. Yeah. And that's the benefit of doing these 365 readings, is sometimes occasionally, if you're at a loss for words, all of these wonderful and beautiful writers can give you, if not the word you're looking for, the template, and then you substitute the words that make you feel. So, you got your mission today. The other one is the same one I give you every day, which is the to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. It is super important to do that. It is self-care. I do not even pretend that it is anything other than self-care. Because my suggestions are to take a deep breath before you speak. Take a walk, take a nap, take care of yourself. Maybe stop and drink some water, or, a cup of coffee. And I do say, engage all of your senses and make room for joy, but it absolutely is about self-care. I am not pretending it is anything other. And because I want you to create that habit, to respond to yourself, what is happening in your life, lovingly, kindly, and compassionately, to respond to yourself that way, because you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. I also know that by practicing it daily, that is one of the ways to create a well-worn path to the center of your own being, to the source of your being, to the essence of you, to that spirit. So it is a spiritual practice. A good night's sleep can be a spiritual practice. Absolutely. And then another suggestion that I jokingly make, but I also mean occasionally, eat dessert first. It's a reminder that your life is a special occasion. Don't save the good stuff. Wear the nice clothes. Eat the good food. Drink the good stuff, whatever that stuff may be. Splurge a little bit on the coffee beans and the hot cocoa. Make room for joy. No matter what is going on in your life, you can make room for joy. It is one of the qualities of God. It is one of the things that we are meant to be. And yes, oftentimes there's hard work that needs to be done. Yes, oftentimes there's sad work that needs to be done, but we get to make room for joy. So please do that. Please do that. All right. Please do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like. Please. And, I mentioned yesterday that I've shortened my time. I'm still doing it, but I'm not doing as much. It's called finding the balance. Too much of a good thing is still too much. So, I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. If there are other things in the water, i.e. cocoa, coffee, tea, that's fine too. I just hydrate. Your brain works better that way. I do encourage you to get early in your day bright light. It's called the circadian rhythm. It is a natural hormone balance. It is very important when your circadian rhythm is more in balance, in rhythm, then you sleep better at night. You have more energy during the day. So early in your day, bright light can help to reset that hormone pattern, especially for people who go to work before the sun comes up. I'm definitely much more of a sun, because it's what I've noticed is I don't care when my alarm is set for. I'm pretty much wake up when the sun hits the horizon. So if my alarm is set for 6:30 and the sun hits the horizon at 7, that's about when I wake up. So it's just, yeah. Okay. It's a natural rhythm. It is what it is. Okay. So take care of yourself. That's what I'm saying. And then, in the words of Ernest Holmes, and this is what I'm telling you, we quote Ernest all the time. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time because it's a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. When we learn that, when we learn to create it for ourselves, heaven ceases to be a place and can become any place. And the more you practice, you learn that it has the possibility of becoming every place because it's your state of mind, it's your state of consciousness. So please, and there are multiple ways of going about that. Many of suggestions I have given you over the couple of years that I've been doing this. And the best advice is always going to come from Emma. Look for the good and praise it. Okay. So, I think I'm at the social media where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias that we are on. I am the Running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. So please feel free to check into that. We try and share good content. Facebook's in one of those algorithm shifts again. So, the content can, they make sharing really difficult, and then now it's easier. So hopefully you'll start seeing more of it. Especially as soon as we teach Reverend Jesse how to access it again, because it's just something that would be easier to show him than to tell him. So we'll show him on Sunday. All right. Or maybe Saturday. Look for the good and praise it. Look for the good and praise it. If you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. That way you will know what's going on with the center even when I don't. I.e., we do have a memorial for a beloved member of the center coming up this Saturday. So, please check into that if you know, our Ruth. Okay. So I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, it's really pretty and sunny outside day, there's all kinds of really neat little weather things happening around, so check them out day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a bright light, a divine spark, a bright light, brilliant light. Oh, brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling in whom God is well pleased and well represented. Always. It's a state of grace. I started stumbling over my words because there was a face-off happening at my door, and I was hoping you wouldn't hear the cats have an argument. Fortunately, one of them went, no, I'm not going to engage in this, and turned around. So, sometimes when I get distracted, that's because it's a cat doing something. In this case, it was Chico and Gabby facing off, and Chico decided he didn't want none of that today and turned around. He likes to tease Gabby, and Gabby is my elder. She's my little old lady. She may be 18 now. And you wouldn't know it except for the fact she no longer jumps on things. She climbs on things now. And so I'm like, okay, your joints definitely ache a little bit. So, but other than that, she's a 6-pound ball of fire is what she is. Or 7 pounds. 6.5? Yeah, somewhere in there. Ball of fire. Okay. And I just completely veered off from my state of grace. So what I'm going to remind you is Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself and know that you are loved. Always, always. I'll see you next time.